Wait, are we ready?
Recording now, so.
Hashtag Bashur's beard.
Oh my god.
There's the intro.
Wait, yeah. The intro is. Oh yeah. Hey guys. Welcome to an interview, basically. If you guys are watching this, do this on Twitter. Hashtag keep calm and love Bashur's beautiful beard.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, let's
I was probably the first. I was the first one to actually start all this, so tag me into it. At gaming emo, you're gonna be able to find me.
Dang, you're doing shameless plugins right now?
I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Rude.
Tag everybody else in it as well. Like, keep this going.
Well, if you're gonna tag her, you gotta tag me, okay?
We're tagging everyone in here.
Alright, you better, or else I'm gonna find you and I'll do something.
Their links will be in the description below.
Yeah. Yay.
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 Also my music channel and my gaming channel. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Alright, so are we ready to start, or I feel like we're not ready.
No. I'm ready to go.
We're already ready too, so.
Well, I think we're waiting for ABOS.
I was just waiting for you guys to introduce me. I'm just here.
Oh, okay.
He was just being quiet the whole entire time.
You guys are just gonna see a purple, like a purplish, pinkish background, and my Oreo cookies just fell on the floor.
Oh man, that was really hard to go through, man. I mean, I've had Oreo cookies drop onto the floor all the time.
All right, let's just get on with the interview. All right, so yeah, you're gonna see a pinkish, purplish background.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Writer.
Hey, I'm lucky. Only one dropped out of the box.
All right, guys, interview.
Only one? No.
All right, do you have questions, or are we gonna have to draw it up?
I thought you
I'm
had
just
one.
here.
Echo.
All right, so as we all know, Bashur has had a long history, something with a lot of controversy and everything else. You were from my understanding, some sort of moderator or administrator. Yes. So what I have a question for you is, how did Bashur's scenario affect you? Like, were you involved? Were you harassed as a result of it?
Yeah. I mean, I started working for him when I was maybe 34, 32. 35. Oh, 33, excuse me. I just woke up, y'all just forgive me. But yeah, I was working for him for basically 5 years now. I just loved his entertainment, and one day I happened to see that, hey, he's streaming. I went to the stream and I was hooked. I eventually, through being there so often, he noticed me and gave me the moderator position. And since then, I used to talk to him on Skype, on TeamSpeak, and we used to work on getting the servers up. We used to work on websites. I didn't really do a lot of that technical stuff, but
like, do you still talk to him now? No.
No, unfortunately, the last time I heard from him was a little over a year ago, I think. In the Discord he had for his Patreon fans, he posted something on June 3rd of 2017. Last I heard from him. He said, "Hey everyone, I am not dead. I seriously want to say thanks for supporting me in every..." I can't read. I apologize. I misquoted it.
You're okay.
I have the screenshot. So I'm reading.
You have the screenshot?
Yep.
At the end, he says, "Your patience will be greatly rewarded."
Yep.
And yeah, I got the screenshot too.
Okay, so I have another question. So he said patience will be rewarded. Do you believe he will come back eventually?
I like to think so. I like to think that he is working on it, but I think honestly, if he is, he's probably not doing it under his name to try and fly under the radar. I think he tried to do it with Junkrat when he was playing Overwatch, but his name and his voice caught up to him, and it didn't work out. Too much stigma.
Huh.
So, if I'm correct, like, what have you done with him? Like, I know you're an administrator.
I was actually mostly in charge of helping people, for lack of a better word. I was in the chat. I was talking to all the other Goonies. I was answering their questions and basically just trying to make sure they were as well informed as possible so Bashur wouldn't have to constantly repeat himself over and over again while he was streaming. I was the people person. I was the guy who would talk to you and then pass messages on to Bashur when he was available.
Okay. So, like, did you ever get to meet Bashur in person at all?
No. Unfortunately, I live on the East Coast and was more West Coast, but I did speak with him via Skype and TeamSpeak a number of times. Was even in one of his live streams, actually, too.
No, the weird thing is that because he hasn't been active on his Twitter recently, and this actually got like very shocking to me because he hasn't liked anything from his Twitter or retweeted. And I saw one day on Twitter that he retweeted something. Now,
What's this?
Now, either he is back on Twitter and he just like retweeted just like one thing about it or something. It's just my opinion because it literally shows a picture of it says at Bashurverse you told me to make it my new background, and he retweeted it on his Toasty Time account. So.
And what's your opinion on that? Do you believe it's a coincidence, or what do you think it is?
Now, if he's getting active, I think that's great. I mean, I'm not really having that much of an opinion because, he needs to do what he wants to do. I support him in whatever he does. If he wants to go back out in public and be his crazy, zany self, I'm very much in favor of that. But I mainly just want to make sure he's doing all right.
Since he actually did that video about him saying that he's done with everything about his last video, you already know that shocked a lot of people, of course.
Yeah. We all know that he did want to say he was going to be done with all this, but according to what's been happening lately, it sounds like he just might be thinking about coming back, but not too sure about it.
So I have a question for you. You said you still actively support him, and that's something rare to find nowadays, and I do think that's really admirable of you. And I guess what makes you like him so much? What do you think he has contributed to you personally?
Honestly, I remember a few conversations we had in TeamSpeak after streams, and the thing that really impressed me about Bashur, the reason why I will always be a fan, is because he didn't do things for monetary reasons or for pride or things like that. He didn't start his thing thinking, I'm the best ever and I'm gonna make millions and I'm gonna be best. He did it with the genuine concern for his fans. Case in point, we were talking about starting up a server, Bashurverse Minecraft server. And Bashur was kind of on the fence about it. You know, money was an issue at the time, always is in life. And we were saying, you know, you could help this because people are going to go to the server, they're going to buy your packs. This was also before the Minecraft thing, where, you know, suddenly you couldn't do Minecraft if you weren't like
because of the controversy surrounding it, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, the controversy about paying to win and all that in Minecraft, or the terms of service were basically upheld, and people had to change everything about their websites in order to actually stay a part of Minecraft. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the terms and everything else.
Yeah, well, this was before that. So at the time, you could basically do a pay-to-win Minecraft server. Bashur didn't want to do that because he felt it would be cheating his fans to let them pay real money just for something that you get in the game that you didn't have to pay for. He would feel bad about taking someone's money if they paid him, for example, $10 for a fully enchanted suit of diamond armor.
So like a donator rank, in other words, then.
Yeah. He felt bad about setting up donator ranks and things of that nature because he didn't want to force his fans to pay him real money for something that they are able to get within the game themselves without paying any real money. He was always concerned about the well-being financially of the people who followed him. And he didn't want to take their money if he felt that it wasn't worth the money. I didn't exactly agree with him on that because people are going to have money, they're going to spend it regardless, and if they want to spend it on you, why stop them? So long as you give them the product they want.
Technically, he did, like, this is what I'm saying, like, about what he said. I'm not sure if it's true or not. He was wanting to do YouTube just for, like, just to entertain people. I'm wanting to confirm to see if that is true.
Yeah, I mean, from my dealings with him, his main concern was the happiness of those people who were fans of his. He didn't even really like the word fans too much, to be honest with you. He preferred friends.
So, like, he mostly just did it just to entertain people, just like, not for, like, any money or anything, just because he wanted to entertain people and just be himself.
Yeah, when he first started, back when he was living with his mother, back before all that, before Sky does Minecraft and all that, he was just making videos because he wanted to do it. And people found him, realized his potential, and he became the YouTube personality we all grew to love.
And then, since the fake pedophilia thing, he started getting on this tape by Keemstar, and then Sky does Minecraft tweeted falsely, and everything about it.
I would say due to the unfair and untrue allegations leveled against him, it caused a bad stigma that has chased him away from the spotlight.
Yep. I did actually find on my Twitter, on my Bashur fan page, Twitter, and Bashur actually tweeted out something on June 8th, 2017, and he said, "It's not over. I've been a very busy bee. Yes, this is about you. It's about to get worse for you." Now, everyone keeps saying he keeps, like, it's about Clara or something. So, I don't know.
And what's your thoughts on that? If that's something you feel comfortable. Situation? Yeah, the whole Clara situation.
I'll be flat out honest. When it comes to relationships, I'm not exactly the guy to talk to. #nerd life. I have not been on a date in 16 years. Have not known the touch of another in 14. So I'm exactly what you would call an expert on relationships, but from my perspective, I don't know if they broke up or not. I really don't. I've heard rumors that go either way, and I personally feel that it's not my concern. I really don't care.
Clara actually did say that her and Bashur aren't together anymore. That's what she said on her Twitter,
I heard that.
saying no, me and Bashur aren't together anymore and everything. And everything else. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. I actually did find something. I did find something real about the Bashur situation. Hold on. Hold on.
So while he's doing that,
Okay.
I have a question.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I actually found it. So Chalo 13 has actually gave me these screenshots between Scudder's Minecraft, aka Net Nobody or Adam, and I think and her, and she said, while I am more than well aware you apologize, this still fueled Fire Sky. It still gave Keemstar something to use. It's like how you people. Then he said, I said what I was told. At least I'm not a fucking moron who goes on Drama Alert with a trophy for best drama. Did it to himself. Hold on. Just slapped him in the face. That's just not. And then Chalo said, just slap them in the face. I know you aren't a rude guy, Sky, and I'm not trying to make you angry. I apologize if I am in any way irritating you, but the fact still stands that you went on ahead to visual information that 1 wasn't true, 2 was told to you in confidence, and hold on, and 3. Oh, I can't find 3, so let's just skip it. And then, Sky, there's no need to get rude with me. Just above your friend says you are the nicest, most humble, down to earth person, but you kinda just slapped him in the face. Okay, yeah. Kinda told people he was a pedophile, sold him out to Keemstar, the biggest douche on the internet besides Daniel Tosh, and helping bring him to the brink of suicide. And while you can say you had no involvement, you really did. Honestly, you can deny it all you want. Went ahead and Bender the truth and gave Keem exactly what he wants. And
do you know the date that this conversation supposedly took place?
Wait.
Oh, that is strange.
Hold on. It doesn't say the date, but the day I got the screenshots, it was on August 22nd, and it shows on the screenshot it was 5 hours ago and 6 hours ago.
Okay. Even that you got it about at least a year ago, and yeah, the screenshots could have been taken 5 hours after the conversation, but that doesn't mean that that screenshot wasn't sitting around in some file bin for a few months before it was sent to you.
That is a valid point.
I look at things logically, and from what I see, what you just told me fits in well with what happened, because obviously Adam unknowingly, unintentionally helped Keemstar, and it's obvious for me that Clara and maybe even Bash lash out in a manner similar to that, but it seems like it was polite. I mean, it just seems like basic relationship troubles that I've seen throughout my friendship. People are going to get in relationships, people are going to get hurt, and it happens. It's one of the dangers of being in the dating scene, which is why I haven't been on a date in 14 years.
I haven't actually got a new one since The one that I have right now, we are on a break right now, but it's no different. So it's just on a break.
Honestly, I think Basher at this point is probably just living his life. If he is coming back, I'll support him and I will do everything I can to get up with him again and see if there's anything I can do. I've hosted service for him before. I've done a lot of stuff and I'm doing whatever it takes to make sure he's happy. And if he's coming back, make sure everything runs as smoothly as I can make it. I'll jump right back in on my position of trying to keep peace and calm around the fans and see where the future takes us.
We're all gonna be supporting Bashur to the end, so
You got to get up with Dark.
if
Do
Bashur,
you guys know who Dark Goldblade is?
yeah, he actually
Yeah.
We were trying to interview him before, but he is currently at work.
Yeah, I was basically Bash's moderator. I dealt a lot with the fans and making sure they were informed and passing along messages of importance.
Mm-hmm.
Dark was the admin. He worked with Bash more than I did via voice. He was also doing a lot of the background stuff, as in he's the computer guy who sets up the server. He knows a lot of technical stuff. And he actually spoke a lot more with Bash than I did. He worked with him a lot closer because he had more experience in the background stuff that Basher's about, whereas I'm more of a people person. I would be more of a people person right now, but I literally woke up coming here and here's the interview.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, I know it's fine. I just wish I had some freaking call.
So, do we have any more questions that are on top of our minds, or should we wrap it up?
Thinking of one right now.
I could tell you about the time I was in Bash's live stream with Ratters and ended up alone in front of over 1,000 people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just talking via the chat and TeamSpeak at the time, and I'm listening, watching the stream, and the next thing I know, there's something wrong with my headphones. I'm getting a weird feedback. I didn't know why. I started going through, and that's when I realized Bashur himself had moved me from one of the channels into his live stream channels, and I was hearing the stream through the headphones through the TeamSpeak. I about freaked out. Quickly muted myself before I said anything because I realized there's over 1,000 people right now, and if I say something, hear me. And anyway, Ratters was there, and I'm just doing my thing. I was typing a lot while Bash was there. He wasn't really talking. And then he had to go to the bathroom. And that's when I started talking. I started talking to Ratters, and I started talking to the chat because I still had it open, just muted. And Ratters and I are talking, and the next thing I know, she's quiet. Completely quiet. Bashur is gone to the bathroom. I'm looking at his webcam. And the chat's still going, and here I am, a little nobody who just, yeah. I got so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I had so many eyes on me. I just started talking because that's what I do, and sometimes I sound silly, but thankfully I think I held myself okay until Bashur got back, and it was an experience, and I was glad to have it. Because of an experience like that in my personal life, I hope to actually become a YouTuber myself. So I'm going to be into Dungeons and Dragons rather than Minecraft.
That's pretty good inspiration, actually.
It really is.
Well, I mean, even though you like dropped out like that, but I mean, like you're used to talking to like the chat a whole lot. Am I right by that?
He was a chat administrator, so yes, that would be correct.
Well, that would actually give like a lot of inspiration from Bashur and just like all of that like connected with the chat, and gives you a good chance to actually start up with YouTube and everything like that. So I guess he did really help you a whole bunch.
Well, he proved to me that no matter who you are, if you have a good imagination and a good heart, that there are people online who will be drawn to you because you're a good person, just as he was. And he was basically one of the motivations to say, hey, I may be just some guy from Delaware who nobody knows, but if this guy, given his situation, can achieve what he did, what's to stop me?
That's wow. I I didn't even know he would actually he actually said anything like that. That's amazing.
It really is. That is very amazing.
Yeah, so like, okay, here's a question I have like about what happened between Adam and Keemstar. So like Adam was in on the whole entire thing about getting some of Bashur's secrets out.
Can I give you my opinion?
Yeah.
Please do.
Yep.
You guys are interested, for obvious reasons, about what happened in regards to the allegations and all this stuff, things that we know aren't true by this point in time. I'm curious, would Bashur want us, in remembrance of him, to be focused so hard on these unfortunate events, or do you think he'd rather us be focused more on the happier and the pleasant aspects of the things he tried to send out, so that, we're happy? I really don't think he wants us to be nitpicking apart what happened, because one, they did that a few years ago. Everybody and their grandmother was nitpicking everything that was said or done, and things that weren't said or done. Now that things have calmed down, I really don't think he's going to respond too kindly to people trying to get to the bottom of a situation that, one, was painful for him, and two, everybody already knows about. Bringing up these details to me would only further make Bashur shy away from the public if this is what people are still talking about when it comes to talking about him. I think if you truly want to see him return, I think we need to leave all the negative stuff that happened to him behind us and make a place that is more comforting and relaxing for him, and a place you feel more welcome to join.
Yeah, I mean, like, arms open wide for him to come back, but
yeah, he
like,
doesn't want to hear about what happened because it happened. There's nothing that any of us can do to change that, unless we would have already. So why are we still harping on this? I was thoroughly pleased to hear he's still tweeting. I haven't heard anything about him via the Twitter or anything.
Yeah.
I hear that he's still active. Great. But it also, to me, says that, okay, let's focus on the good things. Let's make this a happy place. I don't think we should talk about it at all until he returns and he seems okay with talking about it himself. Because on another aspect, none of us truly know what's going on in his life in regards to what's going on except for him. And there's probably a lot of legal action still being sought, given everything that's going on. We all know. So I really think, especially given the seriousness of what might be potentially still in the works, because lawsuits, they don't take a short time. They're not something you can do on a weekend. I think we just need to not talk about the negative aspects of it until he himself comes out and says, I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from by that.
And with the positive note, as you know, there are a lot of fans out there that still have hope on his return and everything else, and are happy for him that he's trying to get better and everything else. And what would you, in your opinion, what would you say to those fans that are still holding out hope?
I'd say just keep holding out hope, keep keep his laughter in your heart. I know that there have been some recent attempts to put some of his older videos back out there for other people to enjoy, and that I fully support. And yeah, just continue to come into rooms like this, talk about him and the laughs you may have had while watching his videos with your friends, and just celebrate him for what he gave to the community that he made, and continue to praise his funny name until such time as he does return. Make noise, make positive noise, and show him wherever he is that he's still cared for.
We need to quote that. That should be a really great quote. I swear, that should be down in history, because that was amazing.
When you speak from the heart, sometimes amazing things can come out.
That is true. But, like, I swear, I was almost about to tear up, because that was beautiful.
I appreciate that. I am a slight wordsmith. It comes with the territory of learning how to talk to people really quickly via text.
Like, that's amazing, man. Like, I appreciate those words.
Ryder,
And I have a...
Ryder
sorry,
actually has a question. He said, do you know why Bashur deleted his Bash Does Things videos or something like that?
I believe Bashur deleted his videos point blank because of what happened. You know, he got hurt by all the allegations and all the ignorant people who knew no better and just jumped on the bandwagon.
Yep.
So, in sort of a reactionary measure to try and get himself into a better place, he threw away all the things that were making him bad. I remember the Bash Does Things video, and those were a lot of them were pretty deep, emotional videos regarding the situation that brought his career down. So yeah, I could fully understand why, if he wanted to try and move on, he would delete them.
Yeah, I would understand that.
I understand it too. Damn. We hope that Bashur actually returns to YouTube one day.
Of course,
it's his decision. It's his decision. We know that. If he wants to return,
but
he can. But if he doesn't,
like,
he doesn't.
If we were able to say anything to him right now, I have a feeling like a lot of people would be saying that we would give him full support for coming back, and we would still love him for who he is. A really funny person. He has a lot of talent, great sense of humor, and he's really entertaining to watch. We shouldn't take his past back here. We need to take those positive things and put them back into now.
People are just idiots who, for doing
internet trolls.
Yeah, and doing that freaking rumor about the pedophilia and everything.
If I had one wish as to Bash's situation, I would honestly wish that he didn't necessarily come back to YouTube. I would love to see Bashur get a job as a voice actor. That is what he wanted. I don't care if he ever comes back to YouTube, but if I find out that he got up with some people and he's now doing a voice acting gig, maybe even in secret, maybe he's a voice actor right now, not using his name so that he can start building up his own reputation outside of the name that he's known for now, so that he can actually be happy. He's always wanted to be a voice actor. We all know he's got the talent. So I want to see him be a voice actor over a YouTuber, because I think that'll be better. As a voice actor, he'll be able to act out, do what he loves, and without being a YouTuber, he won't have to deal with all the other stress and headaches of uploading, schedules, and all that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Not to mention, he could meet people like Matt Mercer and all those other voice actors who are incredible people, and maybe we'll see him on Critical Role one day.
That's true.
I'm just hoping, like, if I if I do get to see him again or like at all, I really just want to see him happy and just loving his life. I don't want to see him hating anything.
No haters. Like, no nothing of that. Like, nothing.
No more haters. Come on, man.
Like, if you're a hater out there, just
stop what you're doing.
Stop, because Bashur, he is an amazing person. You're just caring about his past. Forget about his past and focus on the present right now. Focus on his future too. Like, focus on his present and future, but don't focus on the past. Just don't. It's
just come on, guys. Think about this person's feelings. Like, come on, we're all human here, okay? And to be honest, like, seeing everybody be really hateful towards all this stuff, it hurts.
It really does.
You don't know what that person's going through right now. They could have lost a loved one recently. Like, quit being so selfish. For all those haters out there, oh my god. I get so emotional about this.
Just stop hating on Bashurverse. He is a human.
Just stop what you're doing.
Just don't hate on
not just Bashur. Everybody.
I'm sorry, Avios. Were you trying to say something?
Well, I was just going to make a comment that I really do like your sentiments. I understand them fully. But it is my experience that if you say something on the internet, regardless of how much truth it holds, there's always going to be someone who's going to try and shoot it down, not because they want to shoot it down because they believe in what they're saying, but they just want a reaction.
They're just in for that reaction.
The trolls and all these haters that you're all talking about,
yeah,
I really don't think that 90% of them actually truly mean the things they say. I think most of them do it because they're immature or assholes, one or the other.
Yeah.
And they just want to, get a reaction because they want chaos, or they just
love the drama.
Given the wrong information and they're lashing out. Or yes, some people like the drama. But telling everybody, let him off, stop being a hater, that's not going to work. That will attract more haters because there's going to be some ignorant person who's going to think, oh, you're weak because you think you're trying to get people to stop. The best advice I can give in regards to getting the haters to go away and getting them to shut up is just flat out ignore them. When I was a mod for Bashur, I had a lot of people, even before I was actually called a pedophile in Bashur's chat before the drama came by.
Oh my god.
Before all the drama, before any of this came out, when Bashur was at the height of his fame and everybody loved him, I'm sitting there in the chat during his live stream and he's being bashed, he's loving it, and a lot of those times I would end up spending a lot more time watching the chat than Bashur because I was helping out the chat. Well, we had one guy, I was a moderator, had the sword next to my name, and I'm telling people, hey, yada, 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 doing my thing. And there was another guy whose name I can't recall because it was not important enough for me to recall, trying to do the same thing as me, basically trying to repeat everything I said. And I was being polite, honest, and I was saying, hey, I got this. I'm just doing my job. And he was about 16 years old, I believe. That's what he said, somewhere around that. And he asked me my age. I told him, well, I'm 34. Because right now I'm actually 38.
Yeah.
And he just flipped out in the chat. calling me a pedophile, that I shouldn't be in here because there are a bunch of kids in here and yada, yada, yada. And I could have said, you know what? I could have typed in the chat that I am an adult, but just because I happen to be in this stream does not mean that I'm trying to get in anyone's pants. And I'm an adult because there are children, much like yourself, who aren't exactly behaving properly, and you need an adult to actually, keep them quiet so that Bashur isn't distracted by idiocy. I could have gone on a rant like that, logical rant, but I decided, you know what? My time is better spent helping these good people than trying to explain to this guy who's flipping out at the time, curse words and everything. So I just banned him from the chat. Just flat out, oh, you want to call me a pedophile? Trying to disrupt things? Boom. Never heard from him again.
Nice. Took that really calmly.
Well, yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta react calmly, and you can't feed the trolls. Trying to explain to the trolls, trying to say, hey, don't do this, it only feeds them and motivates them.
Well, I think he learned from his mistake.
I don't know if he did. I do not know if this guy did, because I don't know what happened to this person afterwards. For all I know, that person could be in this chat right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't care. You don't feed the trolls. The trolls include people who are racking on Bash, and anyone who's going to rag on you for trying to help Bash. And they might rag on you for trying to help Bash, not because they don't like Bash, but because they're freaking bored. And they see an opportunity to cause some funny conflict.
Yeah.
Best advice I can ever give you is to ignore them. When the drama was going down and we were on the Minecraft server, the faction server, when somebody came in and started that drama, I just banned them from the server real quick, just so that the other people who were there to actually play weren't affected. Because when somebody goes there and started talking trash about Bashur on the server, 90% of the server would jump on that person and yell and scream at him like, Bashur is great, Bashur is great. And that person would spout out more insults to Bashur, get more people. Then you get some people stopping what they're doing in game to try and hunt down and kill this guy, That sort of stuff happened on the server. That's why I was very quick. If you started bad talking Bashur in regards to the situation, you got banned. It was no buts about it. You want to call him a pedophile, you banned. Now, if you want to come on the server and say, I've seen Bashur's videos and I don't think he's that funny, I thought you'd be, because that's an opinion. But you start talking about the drama, you start trying to bring that up in what I could conceive as a negative light, you got banned.
If someone actually says that in the chat, then they're just gonna be, you know what? If they say, "Oh, Bashur is a freaking pedophile," yup, you're out of here. You're out of this server.
Yeah.
No matter what.
When I was a moderator on this Minecraft server, you talk to Bashur like that, you're done. You want back in the server, you got to go through my boss.
Ew.
You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna make you as moderator because if you think about it, because he has been a moderator for Bashur's server, so if
I appreciate the sentiment, but I would not recommend just giving anyone who was a mod on Bashur's server a mod, because I can tell you the story of a mod who does not deserve it.
Just the information is just very emotional, to be honest. I have water in my eyes. But damn.
What is my fever?
So I have a question, if you do not mind. You did mention how there were several times where you were, threatened and everything, like from these people online. Did you ever at any point actually feel threatened by those people, or was it, as you said, just banned and he's gone?
No, I never truly felt threatened. I never worried about my own safety, mainly because I was a nobody. Nobody knew, and nobody actually really knows my real name. I have made mention of the fact that I'm in Delaware, but that's about as close as they could find. that's the closest link they can have to finding my location. Delaware may not be a big state, but if you ain't got no other leads, you're gonna find a person in Delaware. You're gonna find a person. So yeah, I never really felt threatened by any of them. To me, it was all just, I can just imagine 11 to 13-year-old little brats giving an evil little childish cackle as they started typing out all these curse words and everything, thinking they're so badass because they know how to curse. I say this because I was one of those kids who thought it was really cool to curse, and I would curse when I could because it made me feel special when grown up.
Yeah, I mean,
I treat every single person who went after Bashur in that as if they were a child who knew no better and who were causing a disruption. And if a child causes disruption, you quiet the child.
yeah. Oh,
This is very like emotional.
this is emotional.
I mean, we
And
are supportive for Bashurverse, so
Yeah, we're fans here, and like we can get really emotional with this.
I've always found myself slightly detached emotional-wise to most things, just because that's part of my safety mechanism. If I get too emotionally attached and things go wrong, I don't want to be caught in fallout. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean I fight any less for the things I believe in or support people any less, but it's just my cowardice won't let me truly get that involved for fear that it would crumble around me. That's my own little fault there.
the only thing I wanted to ask this question, does he still like what when this whole thing went down with the whole pedophilia thing, did he still like record with his friends? Like I forgot what other YouTubers was there.
He tried. He during this whole thing, he didn't stop trying for quite a while. And I remember specifically near the end of his career, you guys remember him playing with a guy named Darzeth?
Darthon?
well,
Darzeth.
No.
I can't
Name seems
say I
familiar.
recall.
He had a pumpkin Minecraft skin.
oh yeah,
Darth-
I remember him.
Yeah, he did a he was winner from Bash for what he was trying to do with the whole island RP thing. Kind of
Mhm.
like, do you remember that thing? It was based off of a TV show which was a parody of Survivor. The TV show was a cartoon. He was making a
It was. Oh yeah, I have to go back a few years just to remember that.
yeah, but Bashur was, in an attempt to continue on with his career, he was doing a thing where he had like a group of Minecraft survivors basically, and they would go through this whole rigmarole with this whole adventure type comedic storyline. Well, I met Darzeth before Bash did, and I became friends with him, and sure enough, I encouraged him to apply for a slot, and he won. He met with Bash and ended up making a couple of different videos with Bashur. I remember he did a video with Bashur on Hypixel during a Halloween thing where,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Dang, I feel like a kid going back to this.
And I remember also, which I'm very happy with, I got a horror map one time. I actually paid for a Minecraft server and I put a horror map on it.
Mm-hmm.
And after talking with Darzeth, I realized that Bashur was looking to do one. So immediately I'm like, yo, here's the server. And I remember Bashur and Darzeth and a bunch of other people got onto the server that I was hosting with me. And I was in creative mode. And I was there the entire time while they recorded a little horror video. him, Darzeth, and a few other people. I remember watching the video and I got so fearful because if you were watching the text while he was doing it, you see Leonine Master teleported to so-and-so. I didn't have it set up quite properly, so I was curious what they were doing. I was teleporting around and popping up in the chat.
Okay, so there was a question that was asked by Ryder, and he had asked if Bash and Bodo 40 still talk.
I don't know. Bodil did respond to my tweet at him once, but I don't think Bodil really knew who I was. He didn't know anything about me. He never spoke with me. And Bashur never really spoke about him. You know, they are the two laughing brothers, obviously.
They are.
But, no, I don't know of any relationship, professional or otherwise, they may have had.
Otherwise, like, you don't know if they were friends or anything like that.
I know that they were friends at one point. I've seen them in videos together. But I don't know how strong of a friendship that was. I don't think it was. Because I think once the drama started happening, Bodil, I think he was one of the first people to try and distance himself from Bashur. And I don't blame Bodil one bit for that, by the way.
Yeah.
That out there. But yeah, I don't think Bash and Bodil were like super strong friends. I think they were friends, like co-worker friends.
Yeah, I would be figuring they would be pretty good friends because they make a really good duo.
Yeah, they really do.
Oh yeah, they were great together. But,
double the laughter.
Yeah, but unfortunately, just because somebody meshes well on camera doesn't mean they necessarily do off camera. I can't say for certain. I don't think there was any hostility between the two, but I don't think their relationship was near strong enough to last through what happened.
Let's cut this Minecraft.
Yeah.
Let that.
Yeah, well, Sky does Minecraft. That's a whole given the situation. Sky meant well, but he was misinformed, and his misinformation caused him to do things that hurt the situation.
If I could pitch in, I do believe I've watched several interviews with Sky about, you know, the information with Bashur, and a couple of them he said that he had lied and that there was miscommunication between the three.
Well, this all started because of Garrett.
Yep.
Just
Garrett.
all cards on the table.
Hashtag,
Garrett apparently.
Hashtag hate jobless Garrett. Does I hate him?
Yeah.
Hashtag nothing. This goes back to the whole thing I said. Just the best way to stop them is to ignore them. I remember when it came out that Garrett was the one at fault, I was on the server and someone had a screen name of Garrett is a real pedo.
Okay, now that's actually kind of going like not even I would say
This
that.
is an actual
I actually told
like
this
I would agree with them on saying like, oh, Garrett is one at fault for this, but it's not like we have to harass him over it.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to the whole internet. For good or ill, the internet is going to overreact. They're going to do things because they can.
Yeah.
If they feel they're in the right, like the people are going against Bashur thought, oh, Bashur's just some sort of pervert. It's no problem to completely destroy him because of what he is. It's what they thought. They were wrong, but that's what they thought.
Now, here's something else as well. Like, I'm saying people do have their opinion and everything, and they have the right to their own opinion and all. I'm not saying, like, I'm always for what they had have decided, but I mean, your opinion also has a consequence right behind it.
Mm.
Like, the consequence right after, like, everybody else putting out their opinion about Bash, it caused Bash to actually just flat out quit. And I'm just like saying this as examples. Like, people do have their own rights, their own opinions. We shouldn't have to bring them down because of their opinion on things.
I think what you're trying to say is everyone has the right to have their own opinion, However, they don't have a right to just blatantly shout that opinion where all willy-nilly, because it can be damaging to a lot of people. That's why there are laws in place outside of the internet called public disturbance laws. If you go out to the street and start screaming your opinion on something and making a lot of noise, you're not going to get the attention you want.
Exactly.
The internet is different. It's the fact that everybody can rage on the internet and basically be given impunity to say whatever vile, disgusting thing they want to say without fear of repercussions, personal repercussions. Their words do have repercussions, in this case on Bashur, but they themselves didn't feel any negative repercussions in their life because, well, to them, they were just playing words.
Which of course, words hurt more than your actions do.
Depending on what you say.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people did that because they didn't feel the repercussions. Another thing, I believe that 98% of the trolls who were saying all these nasty things to Bashur, if they suddenly found themselves in a room, face-to-face, person-to-person with Bashur, I really think they wouldn't be nearly as nasty, to put it politely. I believe that they would eventually be able to talk to Bashur and realize that they were wrong. The difference between face-to-face communication and communication on the internet is there's such a distance that you can get away with a lot more and not have to worry. That's why people go on the internet just to troll, because these are the type of assholes who would love to do that in real life and just make everyone's life miserable so that they themselves can feel better. But they're smart enough to know they can't do that in real life because the cop's going to come chase them down. But they can do it online.
Or like, if you're picking on a child, you got the parents to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. There's repercussions if you do these things offline. But online, there aren't as many repercussions, and that's why people, in general, seem to be more passionate and, in a lot of cases, more vulgar online than they would be in real life.
Mm-hmm.
That thought helps me take it back when I have to deal with them online, and I can just think to myself, he's not a big deal. He's not a big threat. Because just as they are distant from Bashur and not feeling any repercussions, I feel no repercussions when I ban them, mute them, or do whatever I have to do to make sure
nobody should feel threatened.
Bashur did, sadly.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Nobody should feel threatened. I fully agree with that statement. But life being what it is, people are going to be threatened because some people are ignorant, but they don't care. Or heaven forbid, they are not ignorant, but still choose to do it because they're evil. These people are going to be in the world regardless. You got to just do the best you can to survive, help out the good people you find along the way, and support the people who are deserving of that support.
Exactly.
And that's basically it. Now, I'm going to mute myself because in honor of Bashur, I'm going to attack myself.
Yeah. All-Star, are you okay over there?
It's very emotional. And I just typed up Bashurverse's real name and
Brandon Asher.
Yeah, that's what I did. Brandon Asher, actually. I literally typed up Brandon Asher, and it literally says here Brandon Dylan Asher, YouTuber, born September 9th, 1985, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
So does anyone else have any questions?
Not that I could think of.
Nothing, actually.
All right, should we wrap it up then?
I think we should.
All right.
It was a pleasure talking to you guys. I'll be honest, I have not heard anything from Bashur's fans in about over a year now, just about. So I was very happy to find that this server is not only in existence, but it's still very, very active. And it makes me feel good to know that it hasn't faded away completely, the memory of him, and that people are still gathering together to support him, even if he can't hear.
Wait, are you following me on Twitter, AVOs? I think you got this server because of the Discord. I mean, on Twitter.
Twitter, I am Leonine Master.
Leonine Master, okay.
I actually haven't checked Twitter in ages. I've been a bit of a recluse lately with my Dungeons and Dragons.
And if I could pitch in, I would like to say thank you for taking time out of your day and letting us have this awesome interview.
Yeah, like it was an honor talking to him.
And it's been a real blast.
I appreciate
We've had a really
sentiment.
great conversation. I mean, look at All-Star here. He got emotional. I got emotional. We just like let our hearts out. Like, wow, this was a really great conversation.
And I believe you were saying something. Apologize.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just checking my Twitter for the first time in ages.
I'm pretty sure not many people use Twitter much anymore, to be honest.
I have 316 people following me. Oh, excuse me, 192 following me.
Hold on, how do you spell your Twitter?
Hold on. Yeah, I put it in general.
Alright. This has been a real blast talking to you, dude.
There you go. That's my Twitter handle. It's actually also my name here in Discord. I just changed the nickname to this name I used to use back when I first started going with Bashur.
How did you even find this community Discord? Well, I think I'm gonna call it official server. I think Bashur like deleted his real Discord basically. I think.
No, he hasn't. I am still in that Discord.
Really?
Yes, his Patreon Discord. I'm still in it. Granted, I'm not. There's maybe 28 people in total there, and it's not been very active too much.
There's like 60 people on this community Discord.
Well,
yeah,
not everybody was
Discord's
given an invite to this Discord with Bashur. It was a Patreon thing. Those who support him on Patreon were the ones who got it. Who got in. I got into this one thanks to Dark. I don't know how he got in, but
I think Dark was following me. I think Dark is following me on Twitter.
Yeah, Dark and I, we're together on, well, now this Discord, on Bash's Discord, and a different Discord that has nothing to do with Bashur, because Dark's a really good guy. And he's the one who sent me the link here.
Well, Dark, he has given me an echo info. The person who on my Twitter DMs, which I'm not gonna name, sent me also information about Bashur. So
yeah, Dark, as I stated earlier, I was the moderator, he was the admin. He did a lot more working with Bashur and the other side of it. I was the personnel side, he was the technical side and server side. You know, my skills are lackluster when it comes to server maintenance and commands and all that.
So
but
are
I'm
we
really
done
good with talking to people, so
I think that's it for the interview.
All right.